Hello, this is Johnny Lu. We are going to test the cable out for the NEOGEO mini hack, and I was able to finish testing all the Capcoms that we put in here. This one is running from an image by itself, and this one do not have as many ROM because it's running directly internal as internal. So the final burnout only have 20 games, okay, because it's running internal. And this one I also modified, I also created by itself so you could burn this without the USB flash drive. This one is using a USB flash drive, and it also have the same game as this one, but so let me get out here. You have the same game set where you have the metal slot, and here, let me show you. And also we are testing out the external controller. People was asking that we only have 4 controller, 4 button, and this one have 4 plus the 2 trigger button on the side. On the top is a Xbox clone, meaning that it may look just like Xbox, but it's made to work with Raspberry Pi, make for pretty much any USB you plug into, okay? And so it's a pretty good system controller to get, and so I do recommend this one. They have a newer model out that is a lot prettier and everything. So okay, so anyway, this one does work with the NEOGEO mini. Someone was asking, well, you gave us some game that is requires 6 buttons. See which one is which. Okay, this is the A. Let me turn this off again. Now with the USB, that's kind of problem you run into, is because the USB, if you flash drive USB, this is called a flash drive USB, and this one have all the image that I create individually are in here. So you could run the batch file and it will have the same game in here. So both of them have NEOGEO mini. One I'm controlling by the external controller, and one I'm controlling by the other one. Let me see if I can move this back more so you can see what I'm doing. So I have a special adapter that's plugged in here, and this one is flashing yellow because and it's plugged into this controller. So you have to buy a special adapter. So let me pull this adapter out. And when you purchase it, it will come with a cable like this. It actually comes with that one, the red one. And it gives you an option to change. Before, when I first got this one, I didn't like it. I returned it because it didn't give me the option to switch to NEOGEO mini. Okay. So you have the synchronize, you got D input, a switch, and an X input, and a switch pro, and a NEOGEO mini. Okay, so to do that, when you plug it in, you get power. You just hold on, push the button, and it will change color. Okay, you want to change it to the same color as yellow, so this will work with NEOGEO. So it's right here say NEOGEO mini. Okay, so it had to be yellow. So when you plug this in, you got power here, and it should have a power over here. I should have used the red one because that one keep on getting loose. Okay, so you will have to hold this button and it will change color. See, now it's blue. So you hold it, the blue does not work, see? So yeah, change it to yellow. Green, no work. Red, nope. Purple, nope. Yellow, yes, work. Okay, work, okay? So it had to be yellow, okay? So you could move around and play a game that requires 6 buttons. So let's get out the NEOGEO and go to Capcom. And the Capcom game, I had tested all the game. So all the NEOGEO, Capcom 70 game that work. Okay, I find out some of them was duplicate. I have the same game that was duplicate, in the system. So let me zoom into this one. Oh, I was going to show you that this game right here, it have all the this image is pretty cool. If you guys want to try it, it have all the NEOGEO, and then after that you have all the king of fighter. So you got some of the and then you have King of Fighter 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then you have Samuel Showdown. Samuel Showdown, if I say that correctly. And you have all the version 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 special. Okay, and then you have viewpoint world perfect. So this is a new image that I have modified from the international, and I changed it to this one because this one I have more of the game that I like, the Metal Slug, the Samuel Showdown, and it have the King of Fighter, all the King of Fighter, and it's a 40 game, so it's in a correct size, 2740,474. So this one will work on any of the images. So you could burn these images, and then after you get it working, then you flash it with the system file, and then the system file will make the flash drive boot up, and then you copy all the images. You use the Win image and transfer all the image to the flash drive, and that's how I did it. But when you download mine, you just unzip it, and it will have everything. You have all the image you want, all the image you see in YouTube is all in here. Okay, so you could run the batch file and play any ROM set you liked, and it will change it to whatever you want. You have international version with emulator, or international without emulator, or NEOGEO 80 games, or you have another different set of 78 game that play all the new NEOGEO Mini, and then in the USB you have 186, I believe, of all the NEOGEO that was converted to FBA. Alright, so it's a lot of complicated steps to do. Alright, let's try some of the joystick. Let's try some of the game. I accidentally, let me turn it off and swap the connection. Let me change this one out, because this one, it came with this machine. So let me plug this machine. Now this one have to be plugged into player 1, and this one have to be plugged into player 2, because this one, in order for it to work, it had to be in player 2 mode, and this one had to be in player 1 for the controller. This one, you don't, I guess it doesn't matter. You could plug it into controller 1 or controller 2, but controller 2 is used by a flash drive, so you have to use a port number 1. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's yellow. All right, because this one tend to get loose all the time, and so my stuff keep on getting messed up. All right, so let's go back to let me turn the sound higher. Alright, let's play some Street Fighter game. That was the one that people make a comment, say, Johnny, I have Street Fighter, but you gave me Street Fighter, but how do I go about playing it? So let me move this, zoom in so I can see what I'm choosing. Okay. Street Fighter 0. I really don't play Street Fighter to a stream, so I don't know exactly. I just pressed B. Sorry. Let's go the other direction. Street Fighter Alpha. Oh, I know I have an image on that. Now it's showing that it doesn't have an image. Okay, I will have to look into that again. Street Fighter 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and try Street Fighter 2. So the star is the select is the select. So the trigger button does work. The last two, the bottom two doesn't work. The first two work, see? And this button works, and this button works. So the sound kind of sounds weird. I noticed that. The sound kind of sound very static, like something wrong with it. Okay, with the USB, you have to constantly turn it off, turn it back on. All right. So let's try with without this one, the USB one. Let's try the normal one. And you could plug into player 1, will become player 1, and then you plug into player 2 to player 2. Now I have also bring some different one like the retro flag, and let's see if retro flag will work. So let's unplug this. See, right now this one does work, the Xbox controller. So let's unplug that one and let's plug into this one. Okay, let's see if this one will work as well. No, this one will not work. Let's see if it's blinking. Yeah, it's blinking, but the retro joystick will not work. Okay, it does not work at all. Okay, so let's unplug this one and let's try this one came from Retro Arcade, which is RS97. Let's plug the blinking yellow, see if it works. Nope, it does not work. Nope. So it had to be like a PlayStation or Xbox joystick because it's made for those kind of joysticks. So if you buy a different type, it might not work. Okay, so this one does work, and the 6 button does work. You got 4 plus this 2 button makes 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright, so 6 button does work on this system. So you press this one as a A, this one is a B. So you go into the game, and X-Men, the Children of X-Men, then Shredder, and Street Fighter 2, and Punisher, and this one is supposed to be out in the new arcade one. No, the new bar table that is selling in Walmart right now for $4.99, and it included this game as well, and plus all the Final Fight and Street Fighter. So it's like 12 games for $499 for arcade 1-up. Apparently the game is not very impressive because I already have the Street Fighter, Final Fight, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter cabinet and Final Fight cabinet. So by buying that, I'm just adding extra 2 games on the table, which I already have 2 arcades. So I'm not, that make me kind of lost interest buying it because I already have Final Fight and Street Fighter cabinet, arcade 1-up. So if I buy a tabletop which had 12 games, I already have 6 of the game, and the other game is just a repeating of the Street Fighter. So it's not really impressive. Forgotten World, Final Fight, Dino, Marvel vs. Street Fighter. And I don't think that one used the 6. Only the Street Fighter game that used the 6 button. So most of this one right here do not have a lot of Street Fighter. It just have a lot of Marvel instead. So the only Street Fighter is this one right here. So based on the demo, I'll show you it does work. Okay. Now I'm updating this image into my Google Drive, so you will be getting this pretty soon, and that one as well. I went and fixed all the game to make sure all the game work. I have tested all the game on both set, and both set work. So we uploading I take down the old link, and I actually delete it from my Google Drive, so I have space to put the new flash drive. So the new flash drive will include all the Capcom, I believe it's like 70 game, and also NEOGEO, when you could swap it from Capcom to NEOGEO. So this one I will be uploading the new image up there, and you should be getting it pretty soon. Alright, so I'll put that in the description, and hopefully this helped. Now somebody asked me a question about the AWI. Right now I don't have any controller that work on this system. So those of you who are interested in this system, right now I don't have any controller that work on this system other than the one that came with the Retro Arcade. Mine didn't come with a working controller, but I used the Retro RS07 and it worked just fine. So you just plug it to the back and it work. But the other controller do not work. Only this one work. So sad to say is this is kind of using some kind of unique coding in USB, and even if you configure it, it still will not work. So any of you who figured out how to get the different controller to work, please let me know or post the link so I could know, or the link where you get your controller so I know where to go about getting it. But this one, you can buy it by itself. I don't know where to buy this by itself. You have to order some kind of retro game system to come with it. This one came with my retro arcade RS07. So I luckily have one, so I plug it in and it work. But if you try to buy it, I don't know where they sell it, unless eBay somebody don't want it, they are selling it. The joystick by itself, then you could buy it. But right now, I don't see anybody selling it. So yeah, I see you could play any game I want. So just press A. Oh, there you go. The start button.
Mission 1, start. Heavy machine gun.
So you press this 2 button to get out, and just quit the game. Press start. Alright, how do I get out of the game? Okay, press this button. This button, I believe is A. It is labeled A. See that? A, B. So that's A to get out. Okay. So this joystick work nicely with the system. One thing about this system, somebody asked me to rate this system from scale from 1 to 10. It's very hard to rate a game system, because the question is, which system am I comparing with? There's no 7-inch screen. It look like NEOGEO, so you have to compare it with, I guess, retro arcade Geo 7. And retro arcade Geo 7, compare that, is it have a bigger screen, and the sound is pretty loud. I mean, but compared to the little one, I think the little one sound is much louder, and the smaller one support a lot of emulator. And so based on software size, the RS7, it actually based on the software, it support more software, so it have a higher rating. But overall playing it, even though it have a lot of emulator, it doesn't play well. This one have less emulator, but the emulator play very well. It play the May, a lot of May, where the other one doesn't play any May unless you upgrade to customer firmware. But once you upgrade to customer firmware, the sound is very bad, and you don't even want to hear the sound because it's kind of cracky noise to it. So that's a downside. And the PlayStation work, but it plays slow. The sound and the action is like couple 3-4 seconds away from each other. So you hit something, and it actually run very slow too. It run like almost like a 85-95% slowness. Like it run very slow. So those are people who never played it before might think it's normal, but it play very slow. And I think the sound and the graphic it match, it just plays slow. It seems like the processor doesn't have enough power to run PlayStation. But this one, PlayStation run very well. And the game play very well in arcade as well as PlayStation. And it played all the Mortal Kombat game very nicely. So I even have the arcade folder that I created. This Mortal Kombat, and somebody was asking how to get this. So I went and zipped those out in a different link in my different video. So those of you who have problem, you could download the one I have. So yeah, I run the trilogy, everything very well. You just have to rename. You have to put the bio in the folder. It's the same folder you put the ROM in, and you have to name the bin to ISO. Okay, otherwise it will not see the bio, and then the game will work. You also need the CUE, so you have to edit it using Notepad and name the ISO the same inside here. Otherwise, if you rename it from bin to ISO, but you don't edit this file to change it to ISO, then this CUE will not work with this game. So you need both of them to work. So those kind of stuff, that's why it makes it a little bit difficult for people to figure out how they get the PlayStation to work, how they get the background sound to work. And so that's how you do it. You have to get the bio. You have to rename the bin to ISO. You have to edit the CUE and change the name, like Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat.bin to ISO.ISO. Then save the CFE, then it will work. Okay. Yeah, so this one play nicely. Now somebody already came. Actually not somebody. DJ Emergency. He had figured out the hack, and
thousands of years
so I will have to
ago, the earth was devastated
start
by
this
a battle
game.
between the gods.
So I have to
It was a war between good and evil. A war that would decide.
so I have to
have to
monitor the system to see if I could get more emulator to work. I heard somebody say that the Nintendo 64 it played much better on the new hack. So I will probably try that out as well. Alright, hopefully all this helped, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so you won't miss my video, because I noticed a lot of people just recently came in and they're like, Johnny, have you done this? Have you done that? Yes, I have. You just need to look at my old video, you know. And I try to put all the video on this one and the NEOGEO in the same share folder, so everything will be in the same one folder. So you could go into my share folder and everything will be in order, you know, first video, second video, third video, all the way down. They will be in order. So you don't have to look everywhere in my YouTube video trying to find them, because they're not labeled 1, 2, and 3. So if you look into the folder, then you will know which one comes first based on first one, second, and third one. So they are in order, in other words. Okay. All right. Talk to you later. Okay. Bye bye.